There's a couple different tricks that I found out. So you can send 20,000 personalized cold emails every single month to your ideal clients. Use their specific pain points, use their specific goals. People just like waste their potential. You literally have the opportunity to make 5 figures a month just from your laptop.
For the viewers listening, Cody is the CMO and co-founder of in-house outbound systems.io. I've seen him on Twitter post some insane results that he's been getting with his cold email campaigns. So I had to get him on the podcast to learn more. And I have to say, just reading some of your tweets gets me hyped up. Cody, can you tell the viewers listening a little bit more about what you do?
So basically what we do at in-house outbound systems is we set up in-house cold email infrastructure for companies. If they already have the foundations of good cold email campaign, which is, they have a good offer, and they have social proof, they have some sort of product market fit. And then most of the time they already have a video sales letter and then a solid landing page and some sort of decent online presence. We essentially set up the cold email infrastructure, personalize each cold email. So we offer is we'll give you the vehicle and set up the system so you can send 20,000 personalized cold emails every single month to your ideal clients. That's the top of the funnel.
What are some components to this in-house outbound system? What are the pieces that go into it?
It's a variety of different moving pieces, but generally speaking, it's quite literally just a healthy number of secondary domains, usually connecting 1 to 2 inboxes per domain, whether that is Google inboxes, Outlook inboxes, /Microsoft inboxes, or Zoho inboxes as well. Scraping the rest of these, whether that is Apollo, Crunchbase, Find Email, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, depending on what the targeting is, whether it's B2B or B2C. And then also verifying the list of leads, cleaning the list of leads, verifying with NeverBounce, cleaning with Scrubby.io. That's the domain side, the lead side, and then scripts as well, plugging and playing their specific offer, their specific target market, pain points, their goals, their desires, and then also leveraging personalization at scale in terms of leveraging either AI or VAs to research specific touch points. That's kind of cold email aspect. And then also when it comes to this entire system, not only do we set up the initial cold email automations and then the follow-up automations on that, we also set up so as soon as a prospect does respond, there are either inbox management automations, follow-up automations, pre-call drip sequences to warm up the prospect before they even hop on the call, and then also post-call nurture sequences after the call, and then no-show automations, client onboarding automations, this entire system and funnel. It can essentially replace a CMO or some sort of marketing director or some sort of sales rep on the marketing side, but also the sales side as well, and it covers a high percentage of all of these sales processes as well.
And you mentioned personalizing a cold email at scale. When you're sending high volume, how do you still manage to personalize without spending a lot of energy or resources into that?
Yeah, there's a couple different tricks that I found out. Let's say, for example, most people, they just scrape 10,000 leads and then they put it all in one campaign. I like to do it with 10,000 people, 5 different campaigns, more or less. One campaign very, very targeted towards CMO versus founder. Use their specific pain points, use their specific goals, tailor that copy specifically towards them. And then obviously the founder as well. If it's D2C, I always get VAs to manually research specific things. So for example, if you're targeting e-commerce, you need to get very, very specific in the target. You can't just target all e-commerce. You need to target beauty brands that are running ads that are at this amount of employees, and then the CMO. What I do, if it's some sort of ad creative offer, I get VAs to manually go through and see their Facebook ad library. Put inside the Google Sheet, number 1, if they're running video ads, put the number 2 if they're running still ads, regular ads, or number 3 if they're not running ads at all, or number 4 if they're running UGC. Filter them specifically, export them, and put them inside of Instantly. So this campaign is only going to guys who are running UGC ads. This campaign is only going to e-commerce brands that are running video ads or still ads, and basically tailor the copy towards them. Hey, saw that you're running UGC ads on Facebook, and then go into the actual pitch. That's one way as well. I also like to use AI, quick lines or line.ai, and it basically you just put in first name, last name, job title, company name, the website, and then the LinkedIn as well. It's going to essentially do that research aspect for you. Look on their LinkedIn, their articles, their website, any sort of podcast, and bring out a research first line. From there, sometimes, as you know, AI is kind of robotic-y, so I get VAs to go through that manually as well. And basically, if it sounds robotic, I need you to say it out loud so it sounds very, very natural. And either using that research first line, which most of the time it's actually pretty good. It shows a prospect that you did your research touch points, which is the main thing that they want to know. You either use that as the first line or the PS or the second email as well. I've done a bunch of A/B testing. It kind of depends on the target market, and you can run that test as well, but that's how I personalize at scale. If it's D2C, also using the product names. So just adding that extra bit of personalization. By the way, love your product name, seeing if they're running ads. I always get super creative, a couple coffees, maybe a cigarette or two, get super in that creative flow state, and then also see what exactly I can extract from virtual assistants. And then instead of writing a personalized first line for each one, last year I was doing this. I'm pretty sure everybody was. They were paying $1 a first line. I just pay super cheap, not write a personalized first line, but just to find something, a key factor, what exactly differentiates them, and say that inside the actual cold email. And that's super, super easy to do at scale.
I've seen you talk about using different email providers at the same time. What is that about? How did you come up with the idea?
Buy the domains and then set up Outlook, Zoho, and then G Suite as well. Actually, I saw this in Instantly earlier today. You guys added this like MX matching, which is super sick for all the viewers. Basically, it helps deliverability. So they can see, and I'm sure there's a system on the back end of Instantly. As soon as you put in the list of leads, Instantly can see if the prospect's email address is either Zoho, Outlook, or Gmail, and it connects your Gmail with their Gmail, your Outlook with their Outlook, your Zoho with their Zoho, and that kind of stops the bounces. It increases deliverability tenfold. There's so many different factors in terms of like going straight to the inbox. It was kind of esoteric, but it's a very, very good way to like increase deliverability, ensure you're seeing like 95 to 97% deliverability rate. I think everything else is in place in terms of deliverability.
I saw a couple of days ago, you mentioned a Loom personalized video strategy for positive replies. Can you tell me more about that? And you mentioned also something about embedding the Calendly CTA in the Loom.
We got like 8 or 10 leads from cold email that either wanted the video or wanted more information. I was basically ripping a ton of Loom videos, 5-minute Loom videos that go over the entire process. As soon as they responded to cold email, I put in the Loom video, put the Loom video, have my face, my voice as well, going over my process. Prospect says they have more information. They write it out, some sort of copy and paste template. I like to get a lot more personal, and I like my clients to do that as well. Basically, have your voice out there, your face, the thumbnail as your face on their website to show that you actually took the time to record a quick video, how exactly you could help them, your offer, your social proof, and then obviously call to action as well. Top right at the end of the video, I'm always like, click right here if you wanted to hop on a call or learn more. And it's basically just like the embedded link of my calendar, and then record the video, send it in the email, embed the call to action, and then they're put in the interested category inside of our CRM. It automates a LinkedIn connection request. For LinkedIn's, like I always recommend a very, very optimized profile, good headline, a lot of recommendations, a lot of endorsements, and then your featured section needs to be filled with social proof, filled with value, filled with things that your prospects, your competitors are charging for. I give them so much value, they think to themselves like, wow, this guy knows exactly what he's doing. He's solving my problems for free. I cannot imagine if I actually paid him and worked with them. Not only are they getting the cold email, they see that I post a lot of content, valuable content on LinkedIn, sending them a Loom video, a call to action on the calendar link, and then I kind of like warming them up. So once they do hop on a call, they're a lot more inclined to like trust me, and then they're a lot more inclined to actually like hop on the call as well. I think that's like one of the most important factors in the cold email campaign. Usually me and Luke, for our done for you offer, like we only take on people who already have a good offer. They already have good social proof, and then they already have some sort of product market fit. And then if they don't have those key factors that we just said, Nils, in terms of video sales letter, they actually have a decent landing page, decent VSL, decent LinkedIn as well. We kind of add that on as a bonus because we're obviously going to see a lot better results if they already have some sort of social presence. As soon as somebody gets a cold email, they don't know who you are. I think the best thing to do is just build content outside of cold email, which is inevitably going to help cold email see the better results. Not a lot of people talk about that, but that is such an important factor.
What's your creative process like to write some really good compelling cold emails?
I really like, if you know Christian from Knowledge X, he's the homie as well. He helps a lot with copy. I learn a lot from him. Basically use the same very, very similar frameworks and then add a little bit of sauce as well. And then in terms of the frameworks, just literally leveraging already existing social proof that you have, and then low friction call to actions, leveraging sales assets as well, leveraging personalization at scale. There's so many A/B tests that you could leverage. And then also using like 10, 20, 30,000 cold emails a month. There's so many different tests that you could create. Same thing with like ad creatives and landing pages. But usually if you're sending that many cold emails and you're testing a variety of different A/B testing, you're definitely going to find a winner if you have like all those foundations and you're sending that many cold emails.
You mentioned going heavy on social proof, and you mean adding case studies, like specific stories of other customers that your clients helped, or like is that case studies, or how do you mean social proof?
So in terms of social proof, there's so many different ways to leverage social proof. I only target niches that my clients have case studies in. So we're using those case studies inside of the actual cold email, whether that is like a recent win or one sentence case study. And then also using that case studies inside of on the landing page. I always recommend to get video testimonials, video interviews, before and after screenshots, case studies, like quantifiable results in a quantifiable time frame. And then also in the VSL as well. So going over your process, and then at the end or in the beginning, depending on like what exactly they want to do, put that case study, talk about it, absolutely exert those bits of social proof into the ether, into the world. Like make sure that you're telling people about that. Put it in your cold email, your video sales letter, your landing page, and then your LinkedIn featured section as well, which not a lot of people do, but I think that's so important.
Cody, quick intermission. What are your favorite B2B data sources?
I usually use findemail.com, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Apollo, Uplead, LeadShark, that, and then Crunchbase as well.
What are some of your favorite subject lines?
Favorite subject lines. Quick question for company name, something super slow.
Okay, gotcha. Fair enough. What's your favorite call to action in a cold email?
In terms of the style, like low friction call to actions, like making it super easy to say yes to. It's like, mind if I share more info? Mind if I share a quick video explaining X, Y, Z? Usually like low friction call to actions like that tend to work really well.
What's your favorite follow-up messaging?
I'm actually going to start testing it. So the follow-ups, initial cold email will land in the inbox, and then leveraging either GIFs, Hyperrise, or Pitch Lane as well. Because after we land in the inbox, we can definitely test GIFs and videos. Maybe not like sending thousands and thousands a day, but like as follow-ups as well. I'm going to test that, but leveraging the fact that sales assets as follow-ups or some sort of video or GIF, usually I kind of like those as well.
Before we wrap it up, as a last question, is there any advice you would give to people to become action takers as well? What's your mindset around that? Getting stuff done, taking action fast?
I kind of like adopt this mentality from a couple guys. If you know on Twitter, Hassan, basically Mr. Overpaid, his ad is Mr. Overpaid. And he's always talking about just like attacking life at full speed. Like literally, what do you have to lose? Like there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. So I'm always like going into the day, basically like, what do I have to lose if I just like attack at full force? Like I want to get to a very, very high level at a young age. So it's like, these are kind of like the steps I need to take in terms of like business inputs every single day, fitness inputs every single day, etc. Just like getting to a high level at a very, very young age. Because if you're like 40 or 50 and you're rich, I wouldn't say it's normal, but it's definitely not as normal as like, being in your mid 20s at a very good financial level and in good shape as well. All these different moving pieces. I think that's like one of the things that motivates me the most. Just like that mindset, always attacking at full speed, always having goals. If you're a man, like literally just treat life like a GTA. Even if you're a woman as well, you can literally achieve so much if you put your mind to something. So just like conquer like whatever your goals are, like, enjoy the journey as well. I love doing it, but sometimes I forget that this is actually like a process that I need to enjoy. I usually say that's like the main thing. If you're young or even old, like just like going at full force towards life, like your goals, like you're literally not going to regret it 1 second. If you're living in like 2023, having access to the internet, especially like money Twitter, or like agency space, online money, even like 10 years ago, like nothing was around like this. Like there's so much opportunity and people just like waste their potential, right? Like you literally have such an opportunity to be financially free, have some sort of freedom. Most people kind of take that for granted and still like are super lazy. You got to realize like that perspective. It doesn't even matter what age you are. Like you literally have the opportunity to make 5 figures a month just from your laptop.
For people who want to learn more from you or work with you, where should they go?
My Twitter is the Cody Carnes. Website is inhouseoutboundsystems.io. Find me on Twitter and then LinkedIn, Cody Carnes as well.